Hey everyone! In this video today, I am going to show you guys probably one of my most favorite patterns to make, and that is what I am probably going to call the Diamond Illusion Friendship Bracelet. The knotting structure is just so fun to make, and it looks really great with rainbow colors, but it also looks super amazing when you have a sort of gradient happening. You can do like a light to dark gradient, you can do dark to light to dark. It just depends on your preference, and no matter what you want to do, it's gonna look amazing. Can you tell that I really love this pattern? And each set will change colors as it works up, so I will show you how to do it with rainbow colors just to visually make it easier to work up the bracelet, but hopefully I can do a good job of teaching you how to make this wonderful pattern with as little complication as possible. So I'm going to be starting the pattern with an inverse chevron, which isn't my most favorite way to start it because if you don't make any sort of shape start, then it's kind of finicky to work up right away, but of course it's still achievable. I actually used this to make my shape start tutorial that you can check in the corner there if you do want to make one, but this is just purely for aesthetics. You can just start it as it is. So for this bracelet, you will need 12 strings and 6 different colors, so you will need 2 strings of each of your 6 colors. And you can see here, this is a mirroring pattern, so from the middle to the outside, you want to order your strings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first, you want to take your middle 2 strands and tie them in a knot. I am just doing a forward knot here. And then starting with the left string of your middle 2 here, you want to take it and do backward knots on all of the strings to the left of it to carry it over onto the outermost left side. And then once you have that, you want to pick up the right strand from your middle 2, and then you want to mirror what you did. So you'll take this string, and now you're going to do forward knots on all of the strings to the right of it to carry it over to the outermost right side. And then take your middle 2 newest strands, which will be your second color, and you are going to first tie these strings in a knot. Again, I'm doing a forward knot here. And then starting with the left string of your middle 2, you are going to do backward knots on the next 4 of your strings. So you'll carry it to the left until you get to your very last string. And then you'll come back to the middle and pick up the right strand of your middle 2 and this time you will do forward knots on the next 4 strings to the right. And then again, come back to your newest middle 2 strands, and this time it'll be your 3rd color. And again, tie a forward knot with them. And then with the left string of your middle 2, you are just going to do backward knots onto the next 3 of your strings to the left of it. Come back to the middle, pick up that right strand of your middle 2, and this time you'll do forward knots onto the next 3 strings to the right of it to bring it 3rd in line from the right side. And then one more time, come back to your middle 2 strands, which will be your 4th color now, and just tie a forward knot with them this time. So now we have the top half of the diamond done. You will go to the strings that are next to your middle 2. So you have your middle 2 here, and go 1 space over on both sides, which will be your 5th color, and you'll bring them to the middle. So on the left side, we're going to take this string, and we're going to do a forward knot onto the middle string. And then on the other side, we'll take our 5th colored strand and do a backward knot onto the other middle strand. And then you'll connect your 2 middle strings together. So just tie a forward knot. And then you'll want to close that section up. So go back from the middle 2 and then 3. So these strings here will be your 6th color. You'll take these strings and bring them to the middle. So on the left side, we're going to take our string and do 2 forward knots onto these 2 strings to the right of it here. And then on the right side, take your 6 colored strand and do 2 backward knots onto these 2 strings to the left of it. And now connect your middle 2 strands with a forward knot. And now we want to close all of this up completely. So you will take your outermost left and right strand, which will be your 1st color, and you will do knots on your strings like a chevron to bring it to the middle. So starting on the left, you'll take your outermost left strand and do forward knots on all 5 of these strings to bring them to the middle here. And then on the right side, you'll take your outermost right strand and do backward knots on all of the 5 strings to the left of it to bring it over to the middle. And then you'll want to connect these middle 2 strands here, so go ahead and tie a forward knot. And now we want to take our newest outermost left and right strands, and we want to repeat that because the color changing process is slowly about to begin, and doing that extra chevron is going to help that. So take your newest outermost left strand, which should be your second color, and again, just do forward knots on all 5 of your strings to bring it to the middle. And then take your outermost right strand and do backward knots on all of the 5 strings to the left of it to also bring it to the middle. And then, like before, connect your middle 2 strands with a forward knot. So let's just focus on the left side first. So I'm going to take all of my 6 strings on the right here and just put them completely off to the side so that I don't have to worry about them. Take your outermost left strand of this small little group here, and you are only going to do forward knots onto the next 3 of your strands. And then come back to your newest outermost left strand, and this time you're only going to do a forward knot onto the next strand to the right of it. And then you'll kind of close that off. But instead of taking your strand that you knotted with before, you are actually going to go into your 3rd strand and you'll do backward knots onto these next 2 strings to the left of it. And then you'll want to completely close all of that off. So you will pick up your 2nd string from this sort of group here from the middle, which should be your 1st colored strand here. And you'll make backward knots on all 4 of these strings to bring it over to the very left side. And then that will be that side completed for the set. And you can see that it's kind of bowing out a little bit. You can just take that and kind of pull it down, and that'll help straighten it out. And then once you start the next set, it'll kind of fix itself even more. So our left side is completed. We can take all these strings now and put them off to the side, and then we can bring our right group in. And all of those steps are going to be the same, just mirrored. So first you're going to take your outermost right strand, and now you're going to do backward knots onto the next 3 strings to the left of it here. And then come back to your newest outermost right strand and just do a backward knot onto the string to the left of it here. And then like before, we want to close off that knot, but not with the string that we used previously. Instead, we'll count to our 3rd string from the right here and pick that up, and we will do forward knots onto these next 2 strings to the right of it. And then we will close all of this up completely. You will pick out the 2nd string from the left of this little group here, and you will make forward knots onto these next 4 strings to the right of it to bring it over to the outermost right side. And that is the whole set completed. Like I said before, you can take these edges and just pull them, stretch them out. And of course, your colors are going to be in a different order now. So I tried to look at the strings a little bit more objectively. So hopefully it'll be a lot easier if you want to start the video over. And if you do want to follow from the video, ignore the very first knot that you do with your middle 2 strands because we already did that previously here. So if you want to go back to the video, just skip that one step and then follow it the rest of the way, and you can work up your beautiful bracelet. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Like I have kept saying in the beginning of the video, this is one of my most favorite bracelets ever. And I really hope you guys love making this one too. And I will see you in the next one.